It's time for the next episode of the Prehistoric Sea World. This time we'll build a mixed species underwater experience for our guests, as well as the Nothosaurus Islands. We'll also add the first exhibits for the terrestrial species, the Dimetrodon and the Lystrosaurus. As you can see, there is a lot to do, so without further ado, let's slide right into it. Hello guys, this is Caesar Creates, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the second episode of the Prehistoric Sea World. Finally, it is here. I had so many questions about the second episode. It was a little bit delayed because of the unexpected release of the new pack for Planet Zoo, but hey, we are back and I should be back on schedule right now, so you can expect more frequent uploads for this park because I enjoy building this so much. This episode today is a good one, is a really good one, at least in my opinion. I think that you guys will absolutely like it. We will basically use the new glitch that was discovered by some players that allows the monorail to drive through the lagoon, which of course gives our guests a very cool experience of being underwater, of observing those animals while they swim around the monorail and so on. Of course, right now we have those viewing domes, but I feel like, you know, just driving through or, you know, swimming through the lagoon would be such a cool experience. Of course, in real life, we probably don't have like vehicles like this. We have some submarines and different boats, but there is no like an underwater train or monorail, but we also don't have dinosaurs. So we can pretend that something like that could be possible. I have to give a huge shout out here to Evolution Square, who did some amazing tutorials on how to set this up. Thanks to her, I was able to like set this up very fast, like without any problems. So if you like to see how you can make it in like a slow pace without speed build that we have in here, definitely go and check out those videos. The links will be down in the description. And talking about Evolution Square and coming back to our first video, by the way, this is a second video, this is a second episode on the Prehistoric Sea World. If you guys haven't seen the first episodes, you should definitely check it out, and the link will be down in the description and on the screen right now. But I was talking about Evolution Square because she actually tweeted the photo of my entrance of the first episode of this park, saying that this is the best entrance that she ever saw made in the Jurassic World Evolution 2. So I was really surprised by it, and of course really happy that such a big content creator who I admire and I'm very often inspired by just loved my creation. So thank you so much, Evolution Square. This really meant the world to me that you gave me this shout out, because it always means the world to the smaller creators when such a big YouTuber is just, you know, giving you shout outs, you know, linking your videos. And so thank you so much, Evolution Square. I don't know if you are watching this or not, probably not, but if you are by any chance, thank you, just thank you. It really made my day, so thank you so much. But let's go back to today's video and let's talk about the plans, what I did here, what I had in my mind and all of that stuff. So in today's episode, I wanted to add more animals to our park. We only had the Dunkelosteus that we added in the first episode, and of course we had the Prehistoric Marine Species pack coming out not long ago, so I wanted to add some of the creatures from that pack to our park. I really wanted to add the Nothosaurus. I really like it. I think that Best in Slot said in one of his videos that it reminds him of the otter, and right now I cannot stop thinking about it. It is, for me, those are the prehistoric otters, so I needed to have the prehistoric otters in the SeaWorld. For example, sea otters are really popular in SeaWorld, so I just had to have the Nothosaurus in here. here. And then as I told you guys in the first video, I wanted to use this glitch with the monorail somewhere in a park, and I decided, why wait, we can do it right away in the second episode. It will probably take up a lot of space in our park, so it will probably be wiser to make it now and not to, you know, squeeze it in somewhere, because you need the space for the monorails, you need the space for a big lagoon, because I wanted to make it one of the biggest lagoons. So this ride is actually a longer one because the monorail goes really fast, so you know, making it only through one lagoon wouldn't really make sense. So I decided to go for a bigger one, and I really wanted to add the Archelon in there, the big prehistoric turtle, actually the biggest turtle that ever lived on our planet. And I also thought that this animal makes sense for this monorail glitch, because this monorail somehow reminds me of the underwater tunnels that we have in zoos and in SeaWorlds around the world. And often in those tanks with the tunnels, we have the turtles, for example, the green turtle or other marine turtles. So I thought that it makes sense. I also don't think that, you know, this could work well with animals such as a Mosasaurus, which is super aggressive. He'll probably try to attack the monorail and so on. So I decided to go for a peaceful Archelon, and then I thought that maybe I should add something more to make this lagoon more interesting for the guests. There is so much like this underwater viewing opportunities for them. We have those underwater domes, we have the monorail, so why not add some more? And then I thought about my logo that I created for this park, and I actually forgot to tell you about this in the first episode. So I decided to create a logo. I will put the logo right now on the screen so we can have a look at it. The logo is featuring the Plesiosaurus. I really wanted this park to have a logo because I think that the logo adds a personality to the park. It adds this like additional touch, and it's sort of easier to imagine that such a place could actually exist. I went here for my typical bicolor design. I always like to use white on those things, as you can see on my logo, on all the things that I'm posting. There's always white and some other colors, so in here I decided to go for white, and for blue obviously it makes sense for a Prehistoric Sea World. So I thought, why not add the Plesiosaurus? It is a smaller creature. It is one of the smallest marine reptiles in the game, so it will make a really nice contrast between the huge Archelon and, you know, smaller Plesiosaur. And then I decided maybe let's add a third one, and I decided to go for a slightly bigger but very similar creature to the Plesiosaur, and I decided to go for the Attenborosaurus. It really looks super cool in the exhibits. We have the turtles that look totally different, and we have those two marine reptiles with long necks swimming like with each other. So it sort of looks like we have some juveniles and some older ones, or totally different species. So besides all of that, I decided that it is also time to add finally some terrestrial animals also to our park. This is what you can see right now on the screen. I am right now working on the Dimetrodon Exhibit. I had a lot of questions and a lot of suggestions by you guys under the last video, saying that I should add animals like this to this park. I actually said it in this video in the first episode, but I think that maybe some of you just missed it, or you didn't pay enough attention. I said that there will be some like normal maybe not normal, but terrestrial dinos that are more like associated with water, just like a Dimetrodon. I will add probably some Hadrosaurs. I will add our fish-eating dinos and so on. I am really hopeful that I will have space for it. I also really want to add the Dinokairos. I think that will be perfect for this park. So yeah, this is absolutely a plan. I wanted to start with something small, and I think that the Dimetrodon and the Lystrosaurus absolutely worked well for this like entrance area and so on. Speaking about the entrance and the entrance area, what I also wanted to say is simply thank you guys for the positive response to the first episode. The comments from you guys were so amazing. Many of you were super happy that I decided to go back to Jurassic World Evolution 2. I'm also really happy because I really enjoy this game and enjoy building this. Especially, I don't know, this park, it makes me so like excited, and so I just want to build it. I just want to continue creating it because I think that we are doing something cool in here, and I hope you guys are thinking that as well. I basically know that you're thinking that as well because the comments were just simply amazing. So thank you so much for this. So I just want you to know that whenever you decide to add a nice comment, it really means a world to me, and it really keeps me going reading all that, and you know, you guys being excited, you guys being happy, you guys liking my ideas. It really keeps me going. So thank you so much for those, and keep them coming because that it really like lights a fire under my, you know what, to continue and to build more. And as I told you guys, this series is not going anywhere. The fact that we had a break at the very beginning is very unfortunate. I know I had so many of you guys commenting, where is this project, if it's finished, if I decided to drop it or anything. It's not. We will have more videos from that. And also I had again a lot of questions about the Cretaceous Desert Park, and it is also coming back on YouTube very soon. In fact, I am right now working on a new enclosure, so I hope you guys are excited for this as well. This time I haven't shown you much of the decorating, the paths and so on. I also skipped adding the actual paths because I think that it is always the most boring part of the video. There will be of course a tour at the end of the video, so I will be able to show you everything that I did, all the decorations, all the paths that I did, so you will see how our park is growing, developing and so on. What I showed you was, for example, hiding the place or the entrance of the monorail when the monorail is simply, you know, going inside of the lagoon. This is really, this doesn't look good simply, and we have to hide it somehow. This is a glitch, so what can we do about this? This wasn't designed by Frontier to work like this, so of course we don't have any entrances or anything like that. This is just a glitch that the players found. And basically how it works is that you need to place the two monorail like entrances next to each other, connect them with one singular I don't know, track, then rise the terrain between them a bit, and then try to, you know, moving the one of the stations slightly, adding the track on the other side and, you know, moving it step by step. You will be able to make it as long as you want, and you will be able to manipulate the terrain like over this track, like or you know, down this track or anything without it changing the height. So we can do the terrain over it, we can do lagoons, you can do all sorts of stuff. I saw some amazing things on YouTube, so now it's my turn. I know that I am late as ever with everything, but I hope you guys will like today's episode and my idea. The only thing that I don't like about it are the stations. I didn't want this lagoon to be very high. Of course, it is a bit higher than the entire park, which is cool because we have some high variations, but because of that I had to make the stations very lowered into the ground, and it sort of looks weird, but I was able to cover it with some trees and so on, and I hope that you guys don't mind it, because the final product with the monorail going through the lagoon was totally worth it. Okay guys, so this is all that I have for you in the speed build portion of the video, and I will meet you in a second to show you around. Welcome back to the Prehistoric Sea World! It is time to see everything that we added to the park in this episode, and as you guys can see, everything here in the back is basically new. In the first episode we added the entrance area, we added the parking lot that is in here, and we added the first lagoon for the Dunkleosteus. You can actually see the big fish in there. So in today's episode, I just had to do a connection to the rest of the park. So I created those paths on the sides, and I actually decorated them a bit off camera. It wasn't anything too complicated or too difficult, just some fountains. We have a lot of fountains in this park. I really wanted to make it look like water heavy with a lot of water features and so on, because this is basically a SeaWorld. So this path and the path on the other side are just identical, so I won't show you the other side. But on this side, I just really wanted to show you this. I decided to leave this open for the guests to have this amazing view for the sea or an ocean or whatever this is. This is Germany, so probably this, the map is Germany, so probably this is a sea. But what I said in the first episode is that I am imagining this park to be in the north of California. When it comes to this path and those statues, I decided that sometimes in those parks or in zoos or in different SeaWorlds and so on, you have those exhibitions by famous or maybe not still famous artists, and I decided that we will have an exhibition of famous, basically modern sculptures. So those kind of looks like sculptures by some artists that is just showcasing their work here, so that's why they are in there. Of course, in the back we have the Dunkleosteus aviary lagoon. This is the lagoon. They are definitely not flying. Okay, so in here we have our first exhibit for the terrestrial species, and of course we have our Dimetrodons. In this park, I will try to go for more like greenish colors to make the creatures look more like natural. But of course, I had to add the Dimetrodons from the Dominion movie because this is my favorite skin for this creature. I really, really love it. So I wanted to go for more like a swampy enclosure. That's why it is so overgrown. I just love this log in the back. It looks so good. And yeah, using the natural barriers. This time I also decided to use those invisible fences. They somehow look like those hot wires that we will have in the zoo, so I think that it just makes sense. And I also think like if you have them, the dinos, they don't try to go too close to the fences, so it doesn't really look realistic when the guests can touch them, especially if they can bite their hands off. So so yeah, we have our Dimetrodon, and I also wanted to mention this viewing gallery. It was actually a really cool idea to put it on the island. Maybe you cannot see that, but it is actually on an island. It is surrounded by water, and the guests just get such a wonderful view, as you guys can see here, or our Dimetrodon. Oh, there's one running! There's one running, or even two of them. They are running. Okay, so moving on, we have the new. Rather big. This is a lagoon consisting of 3 different lagoons with a lot of islands. This is the Nothosaurus Islands, and we actually can see quite a lot of those guys in here. I think we have 9 of them in the exhibit, but some of them are just, sleeping, resting on those islands. Those islands are definitely my favorite feature or a favorite addition that was added with the new DLC, and I really hope that in the future we'll get more species that will be able to use it. Just look how well it looks. If you watch the Camp Cretaceous, you are probably very familiar with this guy, and I think that Frontier did a really amazing job recreating the Camp Cretaceous version of this creature. And of course, for me it looks like an otter. It looks like a prehistoric otter, but I really love those guys. Of course, this is their big lagoon, and they have a lot of space in here to swim. As you guys can see, this one is swimming, probably going for a sleep on the island as well. And of course, we have those really amazing viewing galleries for the guests. Oh, we have one swimming next to us. Hello. Okay, let's move on, because on the other side of the lagoon, we have other exhibit for another terrestrial creature. The Dimetrodons and the Lystrosaurus that will show you in a second are synapsids. They are not dinos. I know that still some people are a bit confused about this. But yeah, they are tiny and this enclosure is very lush. That's why it's... Oh, they are here. That's why it's somehow, difficult to find them. But I think that this is so realistic when it comes to the real zoo standards. Sometimes you also go to the zoo, you really want to see an animal and it is hiding somewhere in a tall plants or anything. And this is what I wanted to go for in here. I really like this rock in the water in here. They are mostly hanging in there. But yeah, we have our Lystrosaurus. I think 10 of them in here, but you cannot really see that. With the really cool enclosure with the natural border. And again, this viewing gallery for the guests when they are like in here next to the front of the habitat. The guests can get a really wonderful view for those guys. Okay, and what else we have in here is the big amazing lagoon, the mixed species lagoon. So because it is so elevated, I had to find a way for the guests to go there and to actually be able to use those viewing galleries. So I did like this mountain trail that is in here with those redwoods. The redwoods are so typical for Northern California and so on, so that's why I really wanted to use them. This is like a really curved trail, but if you will be patient and you have enough strength, you will just go up here and see our new lagoon. You can basically enter the viewing in here. And we have an amazing view for the Archelon that they are just chilling on those islands. So cool. And if you'll just go inside the water, we will see, oh, here's another Archelon, but we also have the Plesiosaurus, as you guys can see. And we should also have the Attenborosaurus somewhere. I just love this enclosure. I just love it so much. So this is the Plesiosaurus, and in the back there we have the Attenborosaurus, a slightly bigger version, a slightly more like dangerous looking version of the Plesiosaurus. We actually have oh, here's a perfect comparison. So this is the Attenborosaurus and this is the Plesiosaurus, and I think that they look amazing together in one enclosure. It's like such a cool variation of different colors and sizes and so on. If you're be lucky enough, we'll see the monorail that should go from one side or another. Like, come on. Sometimes you... Oh, here it is! Oh my god, I just got scared a bit. But look how cool it looks. Look how amazing it is. Like, to see this train... yeah, it ends like this, unfortunately. But this is absolutely so cool. Okay, so what will do, what I also wanted to show you is views from those domes. And of course, we'll take a ride in... Oh, this is so amazing. Just look. I would just love to stand there and watch this guy from such a close distance. So yeah, this is it. We can actually go, for example, here to show you the view for the Nothosaurus. Maybe they're not swimming right now. So, okay, we won't wait for those dinos. We'll just go to the actual monorail and I will show you the view. Oh, we are so lucky. Just look at this. Just look how cool it looks with all the swimming creatures that are there around us. I just love this glitch. Thank you to whoever found this for the first time, and thank you to Evolution Square for giving us the tutorials on it. This is so amazing. Okay, so this is basically all that I have for you in this video. Oh, this is the ditch that I was talking about that I had to do, make it look good, but from this perspective it looks amazing. I really love it, but from this, maybe this path is a bit dangerous. You can break your legs simply by falling down, but yeah, from this perspective, it absolutely looks amazing. Okay, so this is all that we created in this episode. We have some new paths. We have 2 new lagoons with 4 different species. We have 2 different terrestrial species. We have like this mountain trail in here. We have some redwoods, some rock formations. And in the future episodes, we will probably focus maybe next time on this area in here. I basically decorated this side of the lagoon. I just simply need to finish the second one. Oh, we can see the monorail. It looks so cool. I just need to do this one and do something in here. Maybe we'll continue this way, we'll see. And I also want to finish, because I still didn't have time and patience, basically. I wanted to release this video so bad, to do something in here, because I still want to have some, maybe a small enclosure in here and a small enclosure in here to basically finish this off. Maybe do some decorating in here, and then our entrance area will be simply finished. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you like all the additions. Maybe we'll have a look at our Nothosaurus and say goodbye. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. Give this video a big thumbs up down below if you enjoyed it, and of course leave me a nice comment if you liked it. Tell me what you liked the most about the episode. Maybe there are some things that you didn't like. Those are also really important things to hear. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!